back again for a bit of quiet time. I hope you've had a blessed day. I hope you had a blessed Christmas. I hope you're feeling good. Happy. Yeah, sending love, highest vibrations to you all, yeah? Happy you're here. So, as I promised last time, or at least I don't know if it was a promise, but as I said I would, I've prepared a little bit of my book to read to you guys today. And I'm hoping at the end, we can do a little guided meditation together. So, not by myself, but by Deepak Chopra. It's called 21 Days of Abundance. I think I'm on day 18 or 19 or something like that. And it's this chapter, it's only 10-15 minutes long. It's called Living Love. So normally I do these in the morning, but I saw the title of it this morning. I thought, let me save that for quiet time tonight, and then we can do it together. All right, so I'll play that towards the end. It's only a short one, so nothing too heavy. And yeah, I've just been chilling with my candles, setting the ambiance, listening to some of this very nice music by Bodhi Meditation. Let me see who that is. 1 second. Grandmaster Jin Bodhi is the name of the channel, and this one is called Beyond the Worldly Mind Healing Series. 4 hours Heart's Companion ambient music, and it's very nice actually. So I recommend that. Okay, 1 second, what we got going on here? Alright, so here's the book. The book is called The Highest Discovery. And I may change that title. It's a working title, we'll see. Okay, I'm just gonna start from, I'll read the prologue and then we'll go to chapter 2, because chapter 1 is just a story. I start by telling a story, which is The Mighty Giant, which I've already uploaded onto Instagram. So I will put a link to that story underneath this video. So if you want to hear what chapter 1 is, then you can just go listen to that story, because that's what it is, yeah? So I will start with the prologue just here. All right. In just 1 century from now, almost every human form that we see around us will be gone. Many changes will occur on the planet, and of course your current body will most likely be reclaimed by Mother Earth. Now this that I will talk about in this book, this will never pass, change or die. This that I will attempt to convey to you is easy to overlook and has been for some time. There will be stories, poems, examples, metaphors, analogies, random contemplations, along with quotes from selected sages, prophets, saints, and awakened beings from all eras of time, all pointing to what I simply call this. So sometimes I call consciousness or spirit or being or this present moment, you know, the sense of being alive, of existence. Sometimes I just call it this, which can never be that, you know, this unchanging, unmoving awareness, which is the source of our being and all things. This, sometimes just a simple word like that can be powerful. Over the course of our lives, human beings have come to believe in a fiction about ourselves, others, and reality altogether. The good news is, in every moment, there is the possibility of coming to see things as they are, or as is called quite commonly, waking up. This is the purpose of this book, to bring about introspection, contemplation, and to point as clearly as possible to the simplicity and beauty of our true nature as the one formless, timeless being. If there is already an understanding inside you, then hopefully this book will help to deepen and actualize that understanding into direct experience and assist you as you wake up. Okay? So we'll just go through to chapter 2, where the chapter is called The Sense of Doership. Okay. Sorry, my bad. Chapter 2 is called A Spontaneous Existence. So the sense of doership is like a subcategory, okay? So a spontaneous existence. A beautiful realization in the process of awakening is that everything is happening by itself. That some intangible force is beating the heart, breathing the lungs, growing your hair and nails, and all the plants, flowers, and trees on the planet. There is no single entity that can be found responsible for these things. That all movements throughout the cosmos are governed by some mystical, invisible intelligence. If your realization of this is direct and not merely conceptual, although this is still somewhat liberating, it has the power to instantly and dramatically change the way you experience life and subsequently your attitude towards it. So this recognition of a spontaneous existence and recognizing that there is an invisible intelligence that governs all things, all movements, and it's not that human beings or individuals are responsible for the unfolding of everything. This recognition has the power to instantly and dramatically change the way we experience life. So our experience of life is changed by simply by changing our understanding of how things work, how reality is formed and manifested. Okay, and also our part to play in that, whether it's complete or partial, and we'll get to that. So this brings us to the sense of doership. This is important because the sense of doership has us feeling that we are solely responsible for everything that we say, do, and think. And there's no underlying agent or anything else that's happening, just us and our free will. And we'll look into that now. So, most human beings have an exaggerated sense of doership. This is the sense of being the thinker and the doer. Now, without any deeper understanding as to the truth of things, it is impossible to experience the joy and freedom of a natural and spontaneous existence. Life becomes heavy and consequential. Guilt, regret, judgments, low self-esteem, pride, feelings of superiority and inferiority as a result of the things I have done or haven't done. These are just a few of the states that we experience as a result of this common and widespread misunderstanding. The sense of doership is not negative or bad in itself. It is more how deeply we believe in it as an absolute fact that causes trouble in this world. And this is true of all concepts. So let's investigate the sense of doership. Okay. The experience we all have is of being the doer of our actions and the thinker of our thoughts. I did that, I think this, we say. Of course that's the case. Why even question it, right? It feels true, so it must be. However, like many things in our experience, just because it feels so doesn't mean that it is so. There are many things that feel and are experienced a certain way, but in fact are not that way. One example is coming to mind now is the sun rising and setting. When we look, it's our experience, and we even, with our language, we say the sun is going down, the sun is coming up, it's rising and setting. And it looks like that, and a child would not question that. And many adults don't even question that. But we know as we get older, if we learn this, that the sun isn't relative to the sun. We are moving, we are going up. The planet is moving up. And so we are rising above the sun. And then the sun relative to us is not moving, but it looks to us as though it is. So someone would, say gospel, though, the sun was going up and going down, especially before there was science or any way to find out these things. Back in the day, they would have just 100% believed that the sun was going up and down, because that's how it looks. But just because it looks like that doesn't mean that that's the case. And with further investigation, we're finding out the truth of things. And that's why we're investigating the nature of our reality, who we are, what the mind is, what the spirit is, and how life really works and how it unfolds. Because this deeper understanding is priceless, actually, when we get into it. And also, a misunderstanding causes a lot of suffering, delusion, In fact, all of our pain and suffering on this planet is a result of misunderstanding what we are and what life is. Wrong information. Yeah? Okay. So let's investigate the sense of doership. Let's not just take it, take what we've been taught or what we feel to be true. The experience we all have is being the doer of our actions and the thinker of our thoughts. Okay, we've done this bit. It doesn't mean, just because it feels so doesn't mean it is so. So Master Muji says, this is a good one, we are perceiving what we are conceiving, which means the way in which we are perceiving or experiencing our world is a result of the concepts we have picked up in life and now have imbued with our belief. So in this case, the belief is in the concept of doership. So as we have been taught and accepted the notion of a person, an individual doer, that has been taught to us. Because as a baby or young child, you don't have a strong sense of doership or identity. Those things are picked up and they get stronger. The way that feels gets stronger over time. So it's picked up, it's learned. And then it's believed, and then when we believe it, we begin to experience it like that. And then, of course, we wouldn't question it because it's our experience now. Okay, so let's stay open and investigate further. Okay. For many years, great scholars, philosophers, poets, mystics, and in more recent years, some scientists have pondered deeply over the subject of free will. Okay. I would like to refer to a movie I watched some time ago by Richard Linklater called A Waking Life. I don't know if you've seen that movie. If you have, leave in the comments, let me know if you've seen it. It's a wicked movie. I highly recommend it. I say here, I won't say too much about it, but it's a great movie and I highly recommend it, yeah. So one scene in particular inspired reflection in me. It featured a man named David Sosa, an American philosopher and chair of the Department of Philosophy at the University of Texas, also editor-in-chief of the journal, the journal Analytic Philosophy. Time for a sip of tea, I think. Okay. Analytic philosophy. See if I can find where we are. Okay. He speaks about the process of free will and intention and action and how the whole process is governed by fundamental physical laws, electrical and chemical. For example, an intention to reach out your arm and pick up a cup, like I just did. This is a result of fundamental physical law which governs our whole universe. The movements in the brain are no exception. Electrical synapses fires in the brain, sending a signal down the arm, causing muscle fibers to twitch and reach out the arm. Some chemical process initiates and your arm moves to pick up the cup. So that's electrical and chemical. Now it may feel as though you chose that specific movement and executed it on your own, but on closer inspection we find it's just as random and choiceless as lightning in the sky. We can't find an individual doer of anything throughout the whole process. The doer, or the person that did it, is not, we can't actually find that. We can find electric, we can find chemicals, we can find a brain, and we can see the movement, but a person, an individual doer, is not found anywhere in the whole process. You see? Because person is a concept. An idea is, you can't find an idea. It doesn't exist as a thing, you see? Only in the mind, but we'll get more to that. I'm jumping ahead. Okay, we can't find an individual doer throughout the whole process. Yeah, other than as a thought or a concept. Now, I'm no scientist by far, but this made sense to me, and I could immediately see that there was no evidence of a doer of anything, yet we were having the experience of being a doer. So this intrigued me. This is a while ago I saw this movie. And I wondered what else in our experience may not be as it seemed. If we can experience something like this and it not be so, I was interested to see what else may not be so. And so I got inquisitive, I got suspicious, see, which is good. He also suggests that the whole of human history, and even before, seems to be the playing out of subatomic particles initiated by the Big Bang, which I found interesting too. There is more on the subject in the movie, so check it out if that stirs introspection in you. Okay, so that's A Waking Life, and I will leave a link to that also. I think you can just watch it on YouTube nowadays, actually. But Richard Linklater also done a movie called A Scanner Darkly, which is another cool movie with Keanu Reeves. So check that one out also. Okay, how does it come about? A small child does not have a sense of doership. This is because it is picked up throughout one's life. It is learned over time. It is not the original experience. Anything that is learned and received from the world and as a concept, anything that is learned is received from the world, yes, and as a concept. Any concept is ultimately unreal, illusory by nature. Also, all concepts require belief in order to feel real. Without belief, it will not be experienced to be real or true. So the concept in itself is nothing. When we, consciousness, believe in the idea, it starts to take shape and feel like that. So here it says again, once believed and unquestioned, the concept will be coupled with a sense of reality that it doesn't originally possess. See how concepts work? So this is also how hypnotism works. When under hypnosis, the subject is temporarily completely convinced, and so believes, through a series of skilled techniques in a suggested fiction. For example, a man might be hypnotized to believe he is a chicken. Of course, he's not become a chicken, but because he now believes completely, it becomes his experience. He is experiencing himself as a chicken, not because he is, because he believes. He's been convinced. If this can be achieved in a short period of a hypnotism show, you can imagine how distorted our perception of life and experience of life can become after years of picking up concepts given to us by the world and believing in them. This is called psychological conditioning. It's no mistake, it's just part of the divine plane. So we need not despair. It's not some horrible dark thing, as some people try to put it as. Also, the good news is it's very possible to come out of this mass hypnosis, and we are here for this reason, so all is well. So just to touch on that, picking up concepts. So we can imagine how differently we may be experiencing reality after unwittingly just taking on concepts and ideas that were delivered down to us by people who also believe those things to be true. And we're talking about our parents here as well. They call you a name, they say this and they said you did that, or well done or naughty, and this is all reinforcing the sense of doership in us, sense of individuality, and many other concepts that we pick up over the years that create our personal identity, our mind-made identity, which eventually becomes very troublesome. And then we start to spend, hopefully, if we are that way inclined, we start to undo this identity and come back home to the true nature of ourselves as spirit, unchanging awareness, which has not been conditioned in any way, the unconditioned self, where there is freedom and peace. So I'm reminded of a saying, freedom is not for the person, it's from the person. So contemplate on that one. Okay. Where are we now? Okay, so we've got one little bit here. I won't do too much more, but I do like this bit. I'm just starting to get a flashback of this. This subcategory is called In the Flow. So interestingly, the sense of doership can change in intensity depending on what we are doing. So some of the world's greatest athletes, artists, musicians, etc. often report the same thing. At a certain point during their creative process or performance, they are almost taken over by some creative energy that flows into and through them. This is sometimes called finding your flow. Also called in the zone or wind assisted, etc. Also, they report the experience of becoming the witness of the process from outside of themselves, like an out-of-body experience, and everything moving perfectly unaided, just something you're just literally watching your body, especially high-speed sports like table tennis, or you can get into such a flow where it's effortless and it's just happening, You may have experienced this yourself or heard about this, people reporting this type of thing. All over the world, they say the same thing. similar to an out-of-body experience. Yeah, it is from this state that true creativity and almost superhuman abilities arise. Some can enter this state consciously, whereas others fall into it by chance, but they never forget the feeling because they were fully awake and present at that moment. At this point, there was no sense of doership, yet everything runs smoothly. This is also a very enjoyable experience, effortless and graceful. So when the sense of doership or personhood or me, I is not there, things still run smoothly. In fact, even better. Almost like the person is messing everything up. So real creativity, not just in sports, but music, art, actors, any activity, they're painting, anything that you're doing, especially if you've seen people playing the piano, they get really into it like that. They get into a state where everything's just going and flowing, and real inspiration, and you can see that they're accessing a deeper level than can be accessed by the one that's trying and making efforts. And when you sit sometimes you try to think of an idea or a good idea, you can't do it. But then if you're just going around your business and you're not concentrating on it, it seems to pop up. So as soon as you leave it, it seems to work better. So something like this, I'm seeing that that's happening a lot in my life as well, actually. Okay, so I think we'll leave that there. It says here, add an exercise. Okay, that's fine. Give me a fact, it will be destructive. There's another saying here. The nature of illusion is that when it is seen through, it disappears. That's also about merging. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to see through the concept of doership. Actually, I'll do this last bit here. So the sense of doership need not be completely eradicated, simply understood for what it is. Same with all concepts. They don't need to be killed or taken away. They just need to be understood, seen through. Then we can still use concepts and live with them, but we're not completely convinced by them. We know that they're tools rather than absolute facts. So when a concept is seen through, it immediately loses its power. It becomes playful and even useful in many cases. Again, it is when it is believed deeply and taken as a fact, it becomes heavy and destructive. It's all about belief, which is one of our abilities as spirit. The spirit has the ability to believe in something and then so experience it in that way. Okay, so I think we've done well on that. I hope that was at least slightly interesting for you. But yeah, I'm writing bit in bit to the book slowly, not really rushing into it, but it's coming, and yeah, it'll be available soon, or not. Maybe it'll be a while. Okay, so I'll pause that now. So this one, yeah. So I highly recommend 21 Days of Abundance by Deepak Chopra. It's on Spotify, meditation series. It's really great. I've been doing it every morning for the last couple of weeks or so, coming up to 3 weeks now. This is day 19 and it's called Living Love. I will give you some of the titles of the other episodes. So for example, here we have The Reality of Abundance is one. Living Synchro Destiny, which is a book of Deepak's I'm reading at the moment, which is a game changer. Okay, Synchro Destiny, highly recommend that. Living Gratefully, Abundance and the Law of Dharma, Abundance and the Law of Intention and Desire, Living Luxury, Living Unity, Living Carefree. So these are all about 10 to 15 minutes long, and it really is good stuff. So if you haven't, I say go check that out. But today, this evening, we will do our short meditation. Living Love, Sat Chit Ananda is going to be our Sanskrit mantra for today. So this episode is day 19, Living Love. Okay. Welcome
19. An Indian sage, Nisargadatta Maharaj, said to his followers, "Life is love, and love is life. What keeps the body together but love? What is desire but love of the self? And what is knowledge but love of truth?" The means and forms may be wrong, but the motive behind them is always love. Love of the me and the mind. The me and the mind may be small or may explode and embrace the whole universe, but love remains. Love is the most powerful force in the universe. It can heal, inspire, and bring us closer to the higher self. Love is an eternal, never-ending gift to ourselves and others. And when we truly experience love, we find ourselves. Like a tiny spark that ignites a blaze that can consume a vast forest, a spark of love is all that it takes to experience love's full force in all its aspects, earthly and divine. The practice of living love exemplifies the unlimited abundance of the universe. No matter how many people you love, yourself, family, colleagues, the world, you can never run out because at the core of your being, you are pure love. In ancient India, the ecstasy of love was called Ananda, or bliss consciousness. The ancient seers held that humans are meant to partake of this Ananda at all times. Living our lives with love for all beings helps us realize our spirit's true nature. Sat, Chit, Ananda. Existence, consciousness, bliss. Living from love attracts more goodness to you. Therefore, to experience true abundance in your life, live the love that you were created to be, the love that you are, and watch your life flourish in all ways. Practice living love today by simply offering a kind word or thought to everyone you meet, recognizing that the greatest gift you can give to anyone is love. As we prepare for our meditation, let's focus on today's centering thought. Today, I remember to love everything and everyone I come in contact with. Today, I remember to love everything and everyone I come in contact with. Now let's begin. Please find a comfortable position, placing your hands lightly in your lap and closing your eyes. In this moment, go within to that place of inner quiet where we experience our connection to the higher self. Let go of all thoughts and begin to observe the inflow and outflow of your breath. With each inhalation and exhalation, allow yourself to become more relaxed, more comfortable, more at peace. Gently introduce today's Sanskrit mantra, repeating it mentally and allowing it to flow with effortless ease. Sat Chit Ananda. Sat Chit Ananda. Existence, consciousness, bliss. Sat Chit Ananda. Whenever you find yourself distracted by thoughts, sensations in your body, or noises in the environment, simply return your attention to mentally repeating the mantra. Sat Chit Ananda. Please continue with your meditation. I'll mind the time, and at the end, you'll hear me ring a soft bell to indicate it's time to release the mantra. Sat Chit Ananda. Sat Chit Ananda. It's time to release the mantra. Please bring your awareness back into your body. Take a moment to rest, inhaling and exhaling slowly and deeply. When you feel ready, gently open your eyes. As you continue with your day, carry the sense of living love with you, reminding yourself of today's centering thought. Today, I remember to love everything and everyone I come in contact with. Today, I remember to love everything and everyone I come in contact with. Today, I remember to love everything and everyone I come in contact with. Namaste.
Namaste to you all as well. Thank you for joining me for this quiet time and this meditation. I hope you enjoyed the book reading. Yeah, I'm planning to do more of these. I enjoy this, spending this time with you. And in the new year, I'm planning to do some lives as well, so we can do this in real time together. Huh? And I think I will go now and continue some meditation and quiet time for myself. I'm wishing you all, if I don't tap in with you guys on one of these before New Year, then highest vibrations for the new year and blessings upon blessings upon blessings. So much love and peace. I'm wishing for you guys always, yeah? I guess that's it. I hope you enjoyed it, alright? Much love and blessings. Choose love and stay free, even how we do. Peace.